Got the new RockPals portable power station, 300 watt. Some of you may be asking, why would I only go with a 300 watt? Well, I don't really need it for anything other than maybe C-pap use. If it's cold, I might use electric blanket for a little bit, but I don't even know if I'll need that for the most part, especially if I have the 2 dogs with me in the back of the truck. But it's mainly for C-pap use. Not only can I use it when I'm sleeping in the back of the truck on the sleeping platform, or if I'm at a cabin at core, or any other situation where there's no electricity, I could also keep it as a backup. So if the power ever goes out here, my partner won't have to put up with my snoring for the night. So living in Chicago, the winters can be pretty harsh. That is definitely a possibility. So I'm gonna open this bad boy up. Very nice and neat package. Looks like we got some cables here. My guess is this looks like it's probably more the looks like a DC adapter in there. Yep, there it is, DC adapter, and looks like the AC charge, and looks like we have the DC charger too. So that's pretty cool. Plus we got some I'm assuming these are instruction manuals. Thank you from RockPals. Nice of them. Basically a user guide / owner's manuals and a bunch of stuff in Chinese that I have no idea how to read. So that'll go in the trash. And a quick start guide, which will probably, being a man, probably be more what I rely on when I actually go to plug it up. All right, now that I have this top part pulled out of the box, we can look at the actual product. So the first time opening, I didn't re-close it and then open it again. So you're seeing it at the same time I am. Looks pretty nice, pretty neat. All right, let's get all the plastic off of it. This is a general overview. It's all the fun stuff here. Of course, it's got the plastic shield there. Of course, nothing much on the sides other than vents. Machine itself, DC port, your USB ports with the C being the one I wanted. DC in, your DC out ports. I don't know if this thing is charged. Doesn't look like it is. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it is come charged. So interesting. And of course, over here you have the AC port. Yeah, USB 3. Looks like it's 30 watts. Of course, like I said, the DC, not much to see there. You've all seen those before, I'm sure. You can do several things with the display, it looks like. Of course, since I don't have anything running, it's just going to tell me the battery charge. Let's see here. And on the bottom, nothing really special down there. You have these little plastic things to remove. I'm not sure why they'd be on there, but anyway. So this is the 300 watt model. Definitely will update the group, the channel, when I get a chance to use this thing. Got a trip coming to Moab in the last week of April. We're in the middle of February right now, so it's probably going to be a little bit before I use it, unless I just decide to try it out here at home. So I'll definitely include that. So yeah, beautiful looking device, very light. It's one-handed. Now granted, I work out a little bit, but I'm by no means a muscle man, so I think anybody relatively could pick this up, even a child. So we just plugged it in to start charging it. Just a basic wall charger. Notice that the input's showing up here. That's pretty cool. Battery came at 63% straight out of the box. So I don't know if that's normal or if they're normally higher, but that's not too bad, I guess. I'm sure that weather may have caused it, affected it, I don't know, who knows. Anyway, so just want to kind of show this neat little feature to you guys. All right, so now we're going to test this thing out in the comfort of my home. So we have 100% charge on the RockPals 300 watt power station. I also have a C-pap, I call it cigarette lighter plug adapter or DC adapter. And in the C-pap we have is the ResMed AirSense 10, I think is the name of it. Yeah. Now, I do not have water in the tank. I don't normally do that. You can see there is the settings. I do have a humidity level of 4. I don't know how that's on there though. So that should be off. Yep, so looks like we're good to go. Most places, or most these manufacturer boxes do not suggest running the humidifier or temperature on their units when plugged into the power station because it's more of a draw. So we have the power station turned on. This little DC light, if you can see it from my finger, you have to hit that to get it to turn on. So 100% charge. C-pap is up and running. So give you 8 hours and 42 minutes later, we are still looking pretty charged. A couple of bars down, so very impressed. Right, so night 2 of testing. I'm gonna try this electric travel blanket out. I got this hopes that maybe it would be suffice for my upcoming trip to Moab. I'm not so as confident about core, given it can get pretty chilly there, so I may actually have to break down and get a buddy heater for that trip. But I'm trying it. A cigarette lighter into the DC connector. C-pap is actually connected to the DC connector. So it's got this is where the blanket is, and the C-pap's down here. So 78% charge. So I dropped 2% since I turned it off this morning, so I'm not sure why that is. But anyway, 80% is still pretty good for 8.5 hours of use on a C-pap. So we'll update you in the morning. All right, second night, I didn't get as much sleep because I didn't sleep, go to bed too early, and I had to get a bit of work. So almost 6.5 hours. The electric blanket was a lot more draw. So 37% is left. You can see it's only drawing 4 watts an hour right now, just from the C-pap being on. The C-pap I've been seeing that it's drawing 4 to 5 hours, even when the C-pap is running. As far as the electric blanket, it was drawing 45 to 50 watts when it was on. Now keep in mind, electric blanket cuts off after a couple of minutes automatically for safety reasons. And it's not consistent, but man, I kept bringing it back on about 3 or 4 times just to try to get a more real world scenario. So it'll do both, but don't plan on doing both for more than one day. If you're doing just C-pap alone, you could probably get, 2 to 3 days out of it, to be honest with you. At least if you have the settings mine does. My flow is set at 4 CFMs, so if yours is set higher, it may draw more, but still, you should be well enough to get you through one night. but that's kind of where it stands at. So like I said, I think both are doable for a single night. And if it's just a C-pap, you could probably do it for more than one. Probably at least 2, if not 3 or 4. In conclusion, I think this is a good unit to use for purposes like I have. I'm just mainly using it for my C-pap and to charge my phone and watch, Apple Watch and other devices. Anything more than that, you'll probably want to get a larger size. Did this test again in Moab and similar results. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel, and more content to come in the near future.